Hey guys, welcome back to Dizzle Matrix. Mike here for the 2-month Retatrutide vlog update. There's a lot to cover in this one. We had some peaks and valleys this week, and the last couple of weeks have been kind of a blur. So I want to bring you all up to speed on everything. And good news, a lot of you have been asking me about, where do I buy the stuff, bro? Where's the stuff? Well, guess what? I have a source for you now. A source that by all means seems to be super reputable. They're local and they test their stuff. I'm going to be talking about that at the end of the video, as well as putting it down in the links, so stay tuned for that. But let's get into the weekly week 8 vlog. All right guys, at the gym, day 2, week 8. Got the homie Jared here grinding it out. Man, that CPAP really messed up my vision because it's like blowing air. When I fell asleep, the mask like came up, it blew air in my eyes, and yeah, it's pretty rough. Out here grinding, still almost no weight. I'm not doing what this monster's doing. Just super lightweight, keeping dynamic stretching, stuff like that, and keep it moving. Good morning, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and others. The week is going well. I figured something out very important. I spoke to a doctor friend of mine who is pretty well read on the peptide stuff. Now, I will credit some people in the comments did mention this before, so those of you know who you are. And but this was what he got back to me with. Basically, the reason that I have a distended stomach and my weight loss is stalled is because I'm eating too much fiber. By eating the fruits and vegetables and taking the fiber supplement, yada yada yada, I'm basically backing myself up. So even though I don't have pain, I have been going, there's likely a buildup of shit going on. So the plan is I'm going to stop the fiber supplement, I'm going to stop the fruit, I'm just going to keep the veggies. So that should reduce my fiber in half, literally. So that's the plan. Hoping that's going to give me some relief in that department. Sleep is still shit. Otherwise, I have nothing to complain about. Everything is great. Today is day 3 of the week. So we're going well. Anyways, just want to give that update, and let's get it. Pool closes at 10. It's currently 9. But now that it's not summer and it's only like 60 out, everybody's cold. Like a bunch of fucking bitches, you know what I'm talking. No offense to bitches. No offense to bitches. I like bitches. In certain situations. Bro, it's not even like, it's like overcast out. Why am I doing this? Fuck it, YOLO. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. We went undefeated on the card tonight. We gotta jump in the fucking pool. Let's go. Whoa. Yeah, cold, bro. It's day 6. I didn't do an update yesterday, and I'm not even sure if I did one the day before. At this point, so as far as Reta goes, for the Reta vlog portion, I took 1.5 milligrams on Tuesday. I did not get my delivery of my second vial, so I was not even able to take my full dose. Luckily, fortunately, I've connected with a local supplier, which I'm going to be making a video about, because they're basically going to give me 10 bucks a bottle for everything you guys buy. I'll be real with you, but who gives a shit? It works. At least then I know it works. I'm taking it, you're taking it, like we're all on the same page. So I feel better about that. The guys are lab testing it. Like, I'm keeping it 100 with you. So look for that video. I'll show you all their products and stuff soon, probably next week. But this video on day 6, in the middle of my week 8 review, it's hitting different because I fell off the horse this week. I have all the excuses in the world, as anybody does, but let's just review where I started this channel. This is about my journey. I'm not doing this to make money, obviously. I've had some great views, you know, tens of thousands of views, and I really appreciate all of you sharing your stories with me, doing this journey with me, and hearing yours, and giving me tips that I've used. I really, really appreciate that. But real life, it's still here. And I don't want to make a whole negative video, but I'll just say I lost somebody in my life. This has happened, unfortunately, too many times. 2-day period where I just drank a lot. I ate whatever. I didn't give a shit anymore because life is more important than just one goal. So yeah, the last 2 days I didn't do anything. Anyways, all I want to tell you guys is it's okay. It's not gonna ruin my whole path. But I'll just use this moment to say, check on the people in your life. Make sure you tell people you care about them. And life goes on. We'll overcome. All right, so as you can see, there was not really a lot of video taken this week. I had a rough go. I had a couple of days where I screwed the pooch and I messed up. Going back for the last 2 weeks, not being able to actually lift weights normal, has kind of weighed on me psychologically and physically. So I've lost muscle density. I feel not as hard. And even though the scale has gone down, oh, you want the weigh-in? Let's do the weigh-in real quick. So yeah, even though the weight is still creeping down, I had a couple of days where I totally violated everything. I'm gonna make the excuse, you know, people go through things. I'm not perfect. Sorry, I know you were counting on me being perfect, but if I had been perfect, I probably would have been a lot richer than I am right now. So yeah, just keeping it 100 with you guys. I screwed this week up, and I did most of my workouts. I got 3 or 4 workouts in, but I did terrible tracking my food. I overate. I drank alcohol for the first time in 2 months, and I screwed up. Luckily, it didn't totally reflect on the scale. I took 1.5 milligrams to start this week because it's all I had left in the bottle, and then the bottle didn't come until today for the next dose, so I skipped a dose. It's just, week 8 was a train wreck. We're not counting it. And I was originally going to go back and do a Dex and all that stuff after week 8, but I'm going to bump that to week 12 now, unless you guys want to give me the money to do it, because between Dex and labs, I'm spending like $300 or $400, and I know it's not going to be where I want it to be right now, so I'm going to do that on week 12. So stay with me till then at least. We are going down on the scale. I did get back in the gym, but I was literally lifting like 5-10 pound dumbbells, looking silly, mostly just stretching, hangs on the bar. And it's psychologically challenging because not only ego for the lifting portion of it, but really it's psychologically stressful because I can feel myself losing all the hardness and everything I gained for like the first 6 weeks. So it kind of sucks. And I apologize if you can hear the dog barking. This whole beach house thing is just crazy. It's like living in a kennel by the water. $4,500 a month to get barked on. But you know, you're at the beach, so what are you gonna do, complain? So moving forward this week, I'm gonna start doing 2 milligrams and 2 milligrams. So we're gonna go for 4 milligrams this week. I started wondering about the efficacy of the Reta I was taking from the other lab anyways, and because I'm still hungry, still having all these other issues, but the weight has not necessarily fallen off the way that I had expected or anticipated. So this new company is exciting to me. It's American-based dudes, and they lab test it. Everything is 99 to 100% pure, seen the COAs, and this is going to be the link at the end of the video in the description. If you use code DIZZLE, D-I-Z-Z-L-L, like the channel name, you'll get 10% off on your first order. And it's pretty reasonable. It's about the same price as the other labs or cheaper than some. I'm actually hoping that it's a little more potent because the effects for sleep and stuff, I don't think that's been so much the Reta. I think not losing the weight as I've anticipated is kind of been bumming me out. So everybody's like, just go up to 6 milligrams. Not gonna do it. I'm still gonna step up. I didn't plan on going over 4 milligrams, so I'm hoping 4 milligrams with this new lab produces a much better result, but we'll go from there. So at the end of the day, fitaminos.com, your code is gonna be DIZZLE in the coupon code there, and this should get you 10% off. I get a little kickback for it. You have a reliable source, and it's just the way it goes, right? So pretty excited about that. The BPC 157 I've been taking, it feels like it's not been doing anything, and that was the other thing that led me to seek out a new lab. And I know a buddy or two that are taking BPC from the new lab, from Fitaminos, and they're having great results on it. So now I'm gonna start taking their product, and hopefully that changes the game for me because it hasn't really been fruitful so far for the first 2 weeks. Also, I'll check with my dosing. I was taking 0.5 milligram twice a week, and then I started taking 1/4 milligram daily. Didn't seem to have any effect. I've heard some people say as high as 1 milligram a day. That seems like a little bit of overkill, but I'm going to evaluate that and play with it, and once I get the new stuff in from Fit Aminos. So we'll go from there. Looking forward, I was able to ascertain that I was eating too much fiber and my stomach distension went down. Here's what it looks like now. And you can see, so all my bloating is gone. It's back to normal. Visually, it's not as a drastic improvement in the second month, and that's simply because I haven't been lifting weights. So the first month I was lifting all these weights and you saw this dramatic change, and I kind of leveled off. And that's where I said it's psychologically, it sucks right now. I'm really struggling. Loss of a friend, stress with business, just, you know, life. But that's part of why I wanted to document this. It's not always just going to be a linear straight line up, right? We have our dips, we have things that go on, and it's I'm dedicated to the consistency, and I'm back on the horse going into this week and more focused. The good news is, by overeating and even drinking alcohol a little bit, I was able to kind of fulfill that need or that desire. So now I feel like, cool, now I can get back on and really stick to a strict diet. I think this week we're gonna get the weights up to 50% of my previous lifts. So even though my elbow, I got brace, I got straps, I got all that for this, the rest of me feels pretty good to go, but we're still gonna keep it at about 50% of what I was lifting prior to the onset of all the injuries. I wanna dial the cardio up a little bit more. So look forward to some of that in the vlogs going into week 9. And that's about it, guys. I feel good. It's just been mostly a mental thing, and then losing that muscle density that I've been contending with. So if you guys got any tips, mental health tips, I guess, as far as staying in the game, I'm all about it. List your motivation down in the comments. List your questions, anything. I love talking to you guys. It's getting pretty crowded in there, though. We're getting a lot of comments. It's going to get to the point where I'm like, I had to sit and watch an entire TV show and just to respond to comments the whole time. My buddy's like, damn, you just live on your phone. I'm like, I told him I'll answer, so I'll keep answering you guys as long as I can. And then don't forget, again, if you're interested in ordering your own aminos, not just Reta, not just BPC, there's some MOTC, there's some other cool stuff on the site. Go check it out. Use the link down, code DIZZLE, get you a little money back, give me a little bit of money, and everybody's happy, right? So in the meantime, stay healthy out there, and I'll see you guys in the comment section. Thanks for watching.